Hey guys, we're standing down here with Darren Kane. Who are we standing with? Darren Kane. So it was a totally different season for you so far, and you just look so happy and chilled and just loving it again.
Yeah, I haven't raced much. Probably only done half a dozen shows, but yeah, I seem to be going all right. And like, not many people will know that when I retired, that I had fractures in my back, and I didn't even know. So, like, once I had a bit of time off, I could started walking better again, and I feel like a different person at the moment. So, yeah, we're just racing. We feel like it, and the team's doing a great job.
So obviously, like we have talked about this a few times, but everyone knows, you did retire. That was, your body was done, your mind was done. It was all just, you achieved what you needed to achieve, and you thought it was going to be forever. Everyone else knew that it wasn't going to be forever. Wayne Randall was the one person who said to me he's not retiring. It was a different. Yeah, I know. It was a different dynamic for you to come back, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I don't know anything else but Speedway, so I know what I can do in a race car, and I'm only as good as what the crew I've got around me. And now I've got my old crew back; they're all starting to come back, and they're all motivated. So we'll do as many shows as we can, but we'll do them properly, and we want to have some success.
So when we're talking about your old crew, and I was just watching you, so the gentleman sitting down, he's obviously watching a video of that last heat, and when you're saying, okay, I get into the middle of the corner and it's tight, going into it's fine. Is that a community, is he someone that you've worked with long term that understands you, and now you're in a position where you can actually get out of the car and they understand what you're saying? It's got that relationship back.
Yeah, well, he designed the cars, and he's really the brains behind the whole lot. And me and him have worked together over the years and won a lot of big races. And he hasn't been able to do much with me, before I retired, because he had so much on his plate. So now he's back fully into it. That's why we're going to improve as a team too. So there's a lot to look forward to, and we ain't beaten yet.
Well, I messaged you after you won in Toowoomba, and that was incredible because it was not going to happen. You'd had a pretty shocker of a first night, and then the second night you just started to make improvements, and you just put it was just an incredible race, an incredible end to an incredible race.
Yeah, I knew I had a good car all weekend, so it's all about, you don't panic on a two-night show, so you get everything ready for the second night, and I knew it'd be good the second night, and it doesn't really matter where you start if you know what you've got, and, a lot of those races are won through experience, and, that definitely helps, so I think the experience and a bit of patience won me the race.
And keeping a wheel on the car is always helpful.
Yeah, that was a bit devastating. Poor guys, they were so. I didn't even say anything to them. They knew that's never ever happened to us, and but that's how long the break we've had, and we're a little bit out of practice, and we're still learning, and but we're starting to improve.
So coming back here, history, as you've explained to me, and we know you won the very last of the East Coast Grand Nationals that was here, 2011. See, all these juniors, they're just all smarty pants, hey? Coming back, it's a completely new generation, isn't it? And it's very different to what you did in 2011.
Yeah, no, it's still a lot of good guys around. All the young guys coming through, they're good for our division, and you want them to do well because they're the future. And but a lot of the experienced guys are still going really good, and they're still the guys to beat.
Well, watching you and Matt Pascoe in those last two heats, the two of you were the only ones that just went high, and you knew what you were doing. And Lismore is an amazing track for super sedans, isn't it?
Well, if I can get my car free enough, that's where I'm going to be in the feature around the fence. And but it's very hard to get your car around there at the moment because it's just so gripped up. But that's what we're working to, because we've been good around here like that before, and that's what Matt's working to too. So it's going to be a good race.
It's a great rivalry between the two of you, and it's been a long time rivalry, and now his boys are coming up through the ranks. Have you sort of got anyone that we talked a while ago about you doing some mentoring and helping some of the younger guys? Are you still sort of focused on that and wanting to do that?
No, not really. Like, if I see the young guys go good, I always walk up to them and say, "You're doing a good job," and as long as they're respectful, and the respectful ones, you always try and help them, and the ones that really don't race you clean, well, they'll struggle in the long term. So the ones that are really good racers and race clean, they're going to come forward and going to win a lot of big races.
And this is a pretty big race. Wonderful, like I said to you, over the other side. Of all of those, who would be someone that you could just clearly say, yep, that's my idol, or that's someone that, you are that to a lot of people, but who is that to you?
Oh, the guy that was all my idol in Speedway was Cease Hendricks, and he's the most naturally gifted driver I've ever seen in my life. And they talk about Grenville, and I reckon when Cess was racing at his peak, he was as good as Grenville, but never got to go to the mainland as much. And some of the things he used to do in a race car, we used to call him Superman in Tasmania because he was the man.
And talking about Tassie, because that is where you're from, how is things in Tassie race-wise? What are the numbers like in super sedans? Is it still sort of going strong?
Supers are really strong down there. I didn't go down there this year, mainly because, we wanted to not sort of do as much racing, and the cost of trying to get down there was so expensive. And so, we've got so much big racing up here, you don't want to be sort of using all your funds and wearing yourself down. But, yeah, Tassie's, I still think Queensland's the strongest state. Then you've got Tassie, and obviously West Australia's pretty strong, and South Australia and New South Wales, they've got a few issues trying to get numbers, but we try and help them as much as we can.
Are we doing another stint in the late model?
Maybe next year, because I've been told where the Australian title is going to be, so hopefully. So if it goes to that track, we might bring the late model back out. Yeah.
Well, you're amazing to watch no matter what you're driving, and it's so good to see you back. And just for everyone to know, Andrew was telling me earlier, Archerfield Speedway, one night you gifted Andrew one of your medals, and we've spoken about your trophies, and the ones that you have at home are the ones that mean something, but you've probably given twice as many away over the years, and it's so lovely to see you back and having this new generation be able to see the type of person you are and the driver that you are. So it's wonderful. Enjoy tonight, and love talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, guys. Awesome.